Hey guys, you're tuned into Game 2 on Chaotic TV of this best of 5 between this Zerg and powerful Protoss player. We saw the Zerg take Game 1 and we'll introduce him right now. He plays for Team Evil Genius. He is Stephano.
And here we see spawning across from him at the 6 o'clock position on Metropolis. This is the red Protoss player, SKMC.
Alright, now Stephano took the first game with just pretty much standard Roach Hydra Infester, and he ended up bringing in some Broodlords that cut off the Blink Stalkers of MC at the very end of the game. And both players were not flush in the money count. They were both back and forth, taking out each other's fourth bases and basically trying to perform the starving carve on each other, and it kind of worked. Now, they are spawned at cross map. They are not close by air, so Stephano will find this out after MC, since his probe is quicker than an Overlord.
Yeah, there is no close by anything positions on this map. It's pretty huge. The map bigger that people play on right now is Whirlwind, I think. But this is a large map.
So we might see some very fast type units out of both players. MC might go for those Blink Stalkers we saw again. This is very large cliff map for Blink Stalkers to work on if you have that high ground kind of vision. And we might see Stephano go for the Mutilating Bane. I haven't actually seen him use it very much recently. We saw him use it against Demaga, but that was a ZVZ, and they both went for it in the mid game, so it's pretty standard. But MC is going to block this hatchery right now.
ZVP, the only way you can Mutilating Bane is with drops. Otherwise, force fields just completely shut down Banelings. That being said, a lot of people get caught off guard by Baneling drops and just Hydras and Roaches behind it, or even Hydras and Zerglings if you are starved on economy a little bit.
If you have Stephano's micro, I'm sure a Baneling drop would be very powerful. I've seen it worked on Daybreak. I can't remember who the Zerg player was, but I believe the Protoss player was Hero at that fourth base in the left side of Daybreak. But you can blink all you want, but you're just blinking into other kind of Banelings if you have the right pathing from an Overlord with the auto drop set up on it. Now, Stephano, I've never seen him use that, so if he did use that, that would be kind of a branching out for him.
Well, I know he has Zergs on his team who did it, who actually started working on it early. Idra was one of the people who worked on drops early. Not so much Banelings, but he was one of the first Zerg players to really adopt using drops in general. The Banelings just evolved out of that.
Well, they were very powerful against, if you drop them directly on Colossi. Colossi can't have enough time to target them down individually and pretty much blast them. It negates the area of effect damage of the Colossus, but MC has seen that Stephano's taking a third base, and Stephano has seen that MC has two bases walled in here, and we are going to have to wait and see for the cybernetic score what MC is planning on doing. Last game he went Stargate into mostly Gateway and 3 Colossus pressure, but we didn't see any kind of mass number of Colossus out of MC.
Yeah, this is a really good Stargate map just because of the size. The mobility of Phoenixes just shuts down the map presence of your Overlords and forces you to keep Zerglings out on the map to keep any kind of vision.
Yes, there were the Zergling and Roach play from Stephano last game, in the early part at least, tried to shut down MC's third base, but MC just kept attacking and harassing with about 4 Phoenix, and pretty much kept Stephano supply blocked or near supply blocked for quite a while he had 3 bases up and trying to build them. But we are going to have to kind of wait and see what both these players do. If one of them tries to put on a little bit of aggression here in the next part, we'll just have to kind of wait and see. Neither player putting down any kind of key tech buildings that's kind of make me wonder that they're going to put on any early pressure. We do see Warp Gate coming out of MC and +1, so if he drops another 3 gateways or something like that, then I'll figure that he's going for a kind of 4-gate type-ish of pressure. Oh, well, look at that, 3 gateways just dropped as I say that, and Citadel, or Council, excuse me, right after that.
He's about 6 probes from being able to cut if he's going to stay on 2 base to do an all-in timing here. So that'll be the marker to take a look and see if that's what he wants to do, if he wants to continue playing a macro game.
Yeah, if he builds only enough probes to put enough harvesters in his gas 3 and 4, then and nothing else, then we'll definitely see him start building pylons and maxing out as much as he can on the 2 base economy that he's getting. But he's right now trying to put a little bit of pressure on with the same kind of composition he did last time.
Finishing just in time to start +2, is that the +2 blink type timing?
So this might actually be pretty darn powerful against Stephano. Stephano is got a couple of lings, but they're still slow. He doesn't have any metabolic boost, so if the stalkers get over here and the lings are just building, then he might be able to take out enough of them before that speed finishes that Stephano can't really react with it. There is no Roach Warren that I can see, which would be pretty decent against these stalkers if they were upgraded speed-wise, but we do see a number of zealots in here right now from a forward pylon that are just going to start wreaking havoc against this 3rd base of Stephano. And all the lings are doing a great surround. There's a huge amount of damage going down on all of these, but the zealots are taking out their fair share of lings, and another 22 are coming in right behind it. The spine crawler going down for Stephano at his 3rd base, not at any of the other bases, so he thinks that that 3rd base is going to be the one that's most vulnerable. 7 zealots are warped in at that forward pylon, and another forward pylon is right at Stephano's 3rd that he is unaware of, which leaves a few hexes worth of space for MC to warp in a flanking type setup. But all of these gateway units are going to take down those back rocks, which have just, and the gateway units have just been spotted by a couple of lings from Stephano, and he's going to do what he can to hold this off.
Here comes the +2 timing just now. He's going to have to hold this with spine crawlers and zerglings. He's relying on infestor tech, but it's just not quite ready yet.
Look how many zealots have been warped in here. All the zerglings in the world are not going to last against all of these zealots. He pulls all the drones, and the blink stalkers are going to do what they can to knock out that queen right as it gets on the creep, and they're going to knock out this 3rd base, which is really going to put Stephano on a production cap. He does have a macro hatchery, but he only has enough queens for 2 hatcheries to get injects.
He's delaying until infestors right now. To sacrifice that 3rd, he knew there was no chance of saving it. That means zealots against just speedlings.
Well, if he can get, it looks like he's only going to get 5 fungals. He better use them the best he's ever fungled before there's an oversaturation of drones on his natural base, and he might have to pull a couple of them. But all of these zealots are definitely going to wipe out the zerglings here. Great force fields are keeping all of the zerglings running and not being able to get away, and Stephano's now lower on the supply than MC, and a great force field keeps the fungals from landing on the infestors. The infestors dropping down infested terrans so that they can do as much damage as they can against these slow zealots without charge. But it looks like this 2nd base is going to fall. Well played from Stephano. He decides not to fight it out anymore, and I don't think he could have won. But Game 2 going to MC, tying the series 1-1. That was pretty epic. Very quick ending to a game that I thought was going to go on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to jump into Game 3 and see you in just a second. From Chaotic TV, I am KO.
This is Eclipse.
And we'll see you soon. Cheers.